Hey guys, Susie here. I hope you guys are doing well today. Thanks for tuning into my video. And today I'm sharing with you guys my top all-time favorite eyeshadow palettes. So eyeshadow palettes are my favorite makeup item. I absolutely adore eyeshadow palettes. I have a lot of them. I just have a lot of eyeshadow. I just really love it. I just have these little, this little small, little drawer system from Michaels that's supposed to be kind of similar to the IKEA. Whoops, sorry guys, I'm trying to get you guys on there pretty good. Let me move y'all over a little bit because I got some things hanging up for Poshmark here, so just ignore that. But anyways, I actually have two drawers dedicated to eyeshadow in that, and when I move, I hope to get a larger system with more drawers, and I will probably dedicate several drawers to eyeshadow and eyeshadow palettes because out of all the makeup items, I would say eyeshadow is my favorite. Everybody's got their thing. For some people, it's blushes or mascaras or lipsticks or lip colors. For me, it's eyeshadow. I just absolutely adore eyeshadow. There is not a day that goes by that I don't wear eyeshadow. I just absolutely love it. And these are some of my latest all-time favorite eyeshadow palettes. Some of these I did get in BoxyCharm. Some of them I bought on my own, and some are from the drugstore, and I just absolutely love them. So I wanted to share them with you guys. Now, these high-end palettes or items that you would find in like Sephora, there is so many dupes for these in the drugstore. So if you see one that you really like, I will try my absolute best, if I can remember, to go down in the description box and leave some links for some dupes for these. I know there are dupes for a lot of these palettes, and a lot of the dupes can be found at the drugstore or Marshall's, so you definitely don't need to go out and spend the full price for these palettes. There is so many dupe options available, and I'll try my very best to remember to leave them down below. But I haven't actually ever done a video like this, and I thought it would be really fun to do that today. And I know the lighting in here is not the best. It's a very rainy, gloomy, cold day here today. I'm absolutely just dreading it. And to be quite honest with you guys, I'm really not feeling that well today. I woke up with like a sore throat, and also my ear is like hurting really badly. I was getting like these sharp shooting pains in my ear, so I must be getting some kind of like ear infection or something, or it could just be hurting from my throat. I don't really know. But I don't do well with the changing of the seasons. I don't like cold weather, and I just absolutely despise this time of year. But let's try to be positive and get into this. So, the first one I want to share with you guys is from Tarte, and this one is called, oh, I'm trying to remember. I think it's the Be You Naturally palette, and this one I did get in my BoxyCharm, and I absolutely love it. I actually received two palettes in my BoxyCharm. The other one was the Rainforest of the Sea Volume 3, and this one is very similar in looks to the Be You Naturally. However, this one has pretty much all shimmery shades except for this one shade right here, which is not shimmery, and I just really don't reach for this one very much. I like shimmery shades, but I find that these shades have a lot of fallout. They're very flaky and glittery, don't really stick to the eye very well, so I honestly don't really use that palette quite as much as I use this one. This one has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 matte shades, and then others are shimmery shades. And I know this is not like the best lighting for this, but this one, and these two are all shimmery shades. So very pretty. They just look really nice. This is a really good go-to palette if you are like going on a trip and you just want to be able to create all different kinds of looks. This is a good one. You can definitely still kind of do a natural smoky eye with this. There's some gold in here, some pinks, can create a really natural look. So really just a very versatile palette. I absolutely love the design on the front. It has some like palms and things. So this is one of my favorites. I don't know if there's a dupe for this. I've never heard of a dupe for this one, but I'll do my best to research and see if I can tell you guys. But these are colors that you can very easily find in the drugstore and use, you know, probably just as good of pigmentation as this one. But I do really like this palette. It's just really nice, and I just really like it. It's a very like go-to palette for me, so I find myself using that one a lot. I believe it retails around like $40–45. It is pricey. I personally, if I didn't get that in my BoxyCharm, I wouldn't have went out and purchased it at Sephora. I'm just not, I just don't think, that's not the type of palette that I would go out and purchase for $40–45. It was nice to get it in my BoxyCharm. The ones that you'll notice that I did pick up in Sephora that I actually paid for are colors that are a little bit bolder. I can create a little bit of different kind of looks with, and things that I don't normally find in the drugstore. So that is why I wouldn't go purchase that one at Sephora. My next favorite is the Too Faced Gingerbread Spice, and when this came out, I just knew I had to have it. I loved all the colors in here. I just was obsessed, and I love the decoration. I just love it. I don't even think they sell this one anymore. I think it was limited time. I could be wrong, but I am so glad that I picked it up, and I just absolutely love it. The colors are different. There's a lot of different shades in here. There's some hot pinks, some oranges, some browns, some like olive and gold colors. You can create a natural eye. You can create something more bold. I find myself using this bright pink shade a lot. I've used it a lot in conjunction with like the gold or with this like kind of light pinkish beige color that's shimmery. There's some shimmers, there's some mattes. It's just a very versatile shade range here for me. The only color that I guess, colors, well, yeah, that I typically just don't really reach for are probably going to be Oh Snap, which is right here. Bake It Till You Make It, which I love the name. Spiced Rum, this one just really doesn't perform well on me. Very just chunky glitter, just doesn't turn out very well. And the Hot Toddy shade, which is a shame because it's such a beautiful red color, but I just can't get it to work for me. So there are a few shades in here that just honestly don't work well. It's kind of a shame. I wish they all did, but either way, still, I find myself reaching for this a lot, even just to use this spiked eggnog shade, which is at the top. I just love that shade. So this is one that I did purchase myself, and I'm glad that I did. I really like it. There's just a lot of nice little colors in here that I really enjoy, and I find myself reaching for a lot. And this one I do believe probably retailed at about $40–45 at Sephora. This is another one that I purchased in Sephora, and this is the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia. This is old. This has been out for a while, and I have used this thing a lot. I have really reached for this a lot. You can see which shades I definitely like, and I love this, I think it's Tempera shade that is at the very end here. I have like Hip Pan on that, and of course this one here, and the gold as well. I've really been enjoying this. I do use the burgundy shades, but I typically don't use those all over, so I don't have as much use on them. But this is another really good, versatile palette. You can create lots of different looks. You can create a smoky eye. You can create something a little bit more natural. So I have really reached for this one. I've definitely got my money's worth out of it. I've been using it consistently for the last, I think, 2 years that I've had it at least. So I just absolutely love it. I'm going to keep on using it until I probably use it all up, and I just love it. They're classifying this as neutral and berry tones, and I think that's pretty correct. The only thing I don't like about this palette is this kind of velour cover that's on it. It gets very dirty, as you can see, but honestly, I've gotten a lot of use out of this. I love it. I would definitely repurchase this if I ever like ran out of all the shades, which I don't think will happen for a really long time because I have other eyeshadow palettes, but do really like this one. It's definitely one of my favorites and always reaching for that. Again, I do believe that one was about $40 or so at Sephora, but I have seen it at Marshall's a lot. So you can definitely find that at Marshall's. You don't need to go to Sephora and pick up the full price palette because they definitely have it there. I've seen it multiple times, as well as some of the other Anastasia palettes. And they are powdery and they do fall out a little bit, but they're very easy to just kind of brush away, and I just absolutely love them. All right, let's talk about some drugstore stuff because I've pulled out a whole lot of Sephora finds. So these two are my two favorite drugstore palettes. This is Not a Basic Peach from Wet n Wild and the Comfort Zone palette. Both of these are amazing. They are $4.99, I believe, at the drugstore. I love the shades, very pigmented, they look great. You can create all kinds of looks. This one is the Comfort Zone palette. This is a great fall palette. So many nice shades here. I mean, just amazing. And then this one is Not a Basic Peach. I do reach for this one more in the summer and warm months, but just really amazing. And even with the dark shades here on this one and this one, you can use them as a liner, which I do all the time. That's what I did today on my eyeshadow look. And I just love these. These are so worth the price. Not every shade in here performs as well as I would like it to. I wouldn't compare them to, like, say, some high-end palettes that I really enjoy that I think have a little bit of a better coverage, a little bit of more pigmentation on certain colors than others. But for $4.99, this is awesome. These are just a really good find, and they have other palettes, other colors, other shades. These are like a must-have. You guys seriously need to check these out if you haven't already. They're so worth it. They're inexpensive, and honestly, you can create a look that is just as good as any look from any kind of palette from Sephora. So I highly recommend those. I think you guys would really like those, and they're very inexpensive. Okay, we only got 2 palettes left, so I'm going to go through these a little bit quickly. This one is the Urban Decay Naked Petite Heat, and I bought this, I think, probably about a year ago. Really like this palette. It's a small palette. It's a little cheaper. It's about $24, so it's definitely half the price of like a full size. And to be honest, I never really was one that really wanted to get the Naked Heat palette. I just really wasn't that fond of it. I mean, I liked some of the shades, but I didn't really care for a lot of them. I already had them in other palettes, but this one was so cute, so little, so easy to take on the go. So I still got some orange shades, got some neutral shades there for like a natural look, and then you got just the one little shimmery shade here at the end. It's the only shimmery shade in this palette, and that one is wonderful all over the lid as well as under the brow bone. So this is a very easy little palette that you can take on the go with you if you do like orange kind of shades, browns, even just, you know, to create a natural look with some of the lighter shades here. The only orange toned shades are this one, and this brown has a little bit of an orange to it, but that's about it. It's a very good little palette. It's super cute. It's easy to take on the go or in your purse, so I really like this one. I think it's worth the $24, and it just performs really well. The shades are very pigmented as well on those. And the last one is kind of a surprise. I really didn't think I would enjoy this palette at all. I honestly was like, nah, like, you know, like I've got so many things with browns, but honestly, I've really been reaching for this a lot, especially when I'm trying to make a look to go to work, something a little bit more natural, but I still want to have a lot of nice color. And it's actually what I'm wearing today on my eyes, and I know that the lighting is not that great in here, but I absolutely love this look. I think it's very nice, very flattering, and it is the Baked Browns palette from Dose of Colors. I did get this in my BoxyCharm, and I just love it. It is 5 shades, and yeah, it's just very easy to use. I love the shades. These are all matte. There is no shimmery shades in here, but what I like to do is kind of get a shimmery shade from one of my other palettes, and usually I'll dust that over the lid over this really light, extra light, like kind of beige color down at the end, and I find that's very flattering. So I don't really mind having to reach for another palette, but if you are into like just matte looks only, or you don't use a lot of shimmers, you will really enjoy this. I actually love using this shade down here as a liner. It's a perfect liner color. It looks great. I just really, really like this. If I remember correctly, I think the price on this was probably going to be in the mid to upper 20s to maybe 30s, possibly like 35, maybe in the 40s. I cannot exactly recall. I'll try to look it up if I can. Again, these are very easy shades to find in the drugstore. There's no need to go spending money on this palette. Honestly, if I saw this palette in the store, I don't think I would have picked it up, just because it isn't anything new. It's just literally some neutral shades that I can find in like a CoverGirl palette or in a Maybelline palette. But because I did receive this in my BoxyCharm and I've had the opportunity to use it, I really do like it. And to be honest with you guys, I think it is worth the money. These shades are very pigmented. They have just a really nice consistency to them. They're super easy to blend. That is like the best thing about them. So easy to blend and just perfect for the fall right now, which I just love. So I'm very happy I got it, and I've honestly been reaching for it a lot. Even though I said that I wouldn't, I think I might have even said it on my Insta stories or something like that. And I was like, I'm not really excited about this at all. But honestly, guys, I have been reaching for it all the time. So yeah, that's all my eyeshadow palettes that I have been reaching for all the time, my favorites of the moment. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Leave me some comments down below and let me know what your favorites are. And I'm actually gonna go get a like cough drop or something, just because my throat is just really feeling like raw. Ugh, I hate this time of year. I hate this time of year. Okay, guys, so I'm going to stop my whining and complaining. I'm going to go get some things done. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Leave me some comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.